You want to know? I found out some shit about the OJ case 2 days ago that I bet y'all don't even know.
Give it to me.
Do you know who Glenn Rogers is?
He lived.
Glenn Rogers, better known as the cross-country killer, was Nicole Brown Simpson's handyman.
What do you mean?
He was her handyman was a serial killer. He was convicted. He killed 4 blondes. He was convicted of killing 4 blondes. That was his thing. He was from Ohio. He was her handyman, which means he was at her house a couple times a week. If y'all look it up, if you think I'm bullshitting, his name is Glenn Rogers, known as the cross-country killer or the Casanova killer. He was convicted of killing 4 women in 1995, and during the time of the murders, and for years before that, he was her handyman.
And they never knew it.
And they never brought that shit up in the media.
His brother is the one who killed Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman, and now his story has been made into a documentary set to air on Investigation Discovery.
And I talked to him, and he asked me, so guess who I'm partying with? Nicole Simpson. Nobody knew who that was. I thought, well, who's that? Bart Simpson's sister? just joking. He said, no, that's when he told me that was O.J. Simpson's wife. Actually, what he told me, he says, they got money, they're well off, and I'm taking her down.
Body of a woman reported to be Nicole Brown Simpson, ex-wife of football star O.J. Simpson, and a man identified as Ronald Goldman were found early this morning. Further reports from Los Angeles say the case is being treated as a homicide.
And then I saw pictures of her, and I said, that's who Glenn was telling me about.
I read how the L.A. District Attorney charged O.J. with the murders. I believed my brother was involved, but who in the hell was going to listen to me?
We felt throughout the criminal case and to this day that killer came from the world of Faye Resnick. Faye Resnick was a friend of Nicole's. Faye Resnick was a drug user, a drug abuser, a drug addict that had gone into treatment. She hung with people from a very dark world.
Glenn told me that he had set up Faye Redmond and Nicole Simpson, and they met him at Van Nuys nightclub. He set them up to rob them. Whether or not he was going to kill them or not, I don't know. He expected just the 2 girls to be there. But I guess that Ron Goldman showed up.
Glenn, did you do this?
One-on-one, talking in person alone.
Did you do this, Glenn? Did you kill those women, Glenn?
One-on-one alone. At the jail, you interview me.
Did you kill the women?
You hear me?
Did you kill these women, Glenn?
No.
So the crazy thing is, right, we were just talking about this because O.J. Simpson just passed. Like, within the last week. He just transcended and transitioned. Now, when Nicole Simpson left and departed this world, I was like 5, 6 years old. So, did I ever go back and look at this case? No, but I've heard stories speculating what happened, this, that, and the third. I never did my own research, but it was like he did it. He never was able to escape that stigma of what happened. He lost relationships with his kids. He couldn't even see his kids. He was just deemed guilty this whole time. Based off of this whole incident, he was actually in and out of trouble. He never was able to regain his life after this one incident. So, this is my thing. I even just said this the other day, like, yeah, he did it. But, you mean to tell me y'all knew who did it back in 1994? And y'all still tarnished the man's name? And y'all had the real person who did it this whole time? And I hate to bring race into it, But this just goes to show it doesn't matter how much money you have when you a black person. They still gonna deem you however based off of the color of your skin, because this man was rich. O.J. Simpson was rich. He was a football player. And until this incident with Nicole Simpson, he wasn't in trouble. But it took for them to hire somebody who was just a known serial killer to ruin his life. And then he never recovered. He ended up becoming everything they claimed for him to be. And he never got back on the right track. And it literally destroyed his image. It destroyed relationships with his kids. It destroyed his career. And his crimes just kept getting goofier and goofier. And I'm going to say it's because he was a black man, because they literally let that YT dude get off. So yeah, it's sad. It's real sad.